So thank you for joining me today. And I've got a presentation here. I thought it was easier to run through it to sort of tell you a little bit more about Brunel and the opportunities available to you. So I'm just going to share my screen. So hopefully everybody can see the screen here.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So what I will do is I'll run through the presentation. Obviously, if you have any questions, you can either pop them in the chat or we can sort of answer them at the end, whichever you wish. So first of all, my name's Karen. I am the International Recruitment Manager at Brunel University London. So I've been working at the university for many years. Previously, I was working as the International Admissions Manager, and I've gone over to the recruitment side the last few years. Let's start by saying, I usually say to students when making the decision about universities, usually it's bring it back to 3 basic questions, because there's so much choice out there. It's how do you narrow those down? Obviously, as a postgraduate student, it helps you a little bit easier for the fact that you want to progress and study more in depth for that master's programs. But for other students, it may, 3 basic questions may be location, where you would like to study. Whether that's a city, a town, a rural area, but how important that is to you. The second question would be thinking about is the environment of the university. So whether that's a campus-based university with everything on the one site, it might be a split site campus, so you're traveling across town from one place to the other. And what's the sort of services, support, facilities, and do they meet your needs? And the final thing is about the course, to say that, you know, lots of universities may offer, say, something like management as a degree programme, but when you're looking at the modules you'll be studying and the support you get, that will vary from university to university. So bringing those questions into mind, for Brunel, we are located in the west of London. We are 15 minutes away from Heathrow Airport, and our local town is called Uxbridge, and that's only a 5-minute bus ride away from campus. But you, in Uxbridge, you have the shopping centres, the bars and the restaurants, and you can get the London Underground into central London within around about 45 minutes. Obviously, it depends what part of London you want to go to, because it may take a bit longer, and on the tube line as well, which ones you use. We also have the Elizabeth line from another station, again, will take you straight into sort of East London if you wanted to. So what I say to students is, it's not as hectic as central London where we are, but obviously West London is cheaper living costs where we are, and we'll come along to the accommodation prices and you can see those there. So that will answer question number 1. Question number 2 is about thinking about the type of university it is. So Brunel is a campus-based university.
İsmi nedir? Melahat Keskin.
Hi, so we're a campus-based university, which means that everything's on that one site. So not only are your lectures, the library, the lab spaces, coffee shops and places to eat, sports facilities, but what is key is that either side of campus here, you can see these accommodation blocks. So it is a really nice, secure and sort of community feel with everything being in that one place. And we have, with the accommodation, we have postgraduate halls and we have undergraduate halls. So you'll be with people of your own age. But, you know, as I say, with all the clubs and societies and things going on campus, it makes it a lively, vibrant atmosphere in that one place. But 5 minutes away, you can be in Uxbridge Town Centre by bus, and then 45 minutes to an hour into central London. We offer a wide range of subjects at the university, as you can see here. but just to highlight that over 95% of our undergraduate courses have a work placement option. So degree programs in the UK are 3-year degree programs. You get your introduction to your subjects in your first year, build upon your knowledge on your second year, all accumulates into that final year. But with that workplace opportunity, it means your degree program becomes a 4-year program. You study year 1 and year 2. Third year, you're in industry for a year related to your subject area, and then you come back for your final year. So, for instance, our law students could be working at the High Courts in London, local law courts, solicitors' firms, legal departments in corporate companies. So you can see the experience there. And it's usually paid work experience. So it's usually an average of £18,000 in that placement year. And you don't pay full fees that year because you're working full time, but there's still a minimum charge being assigned because there's still some assignments to be done. We do also offer work placement for our postgraduate students as well. So within our business school, our law department and some engineering departments, we have that opportunity there as well, and for economics and finance. So that's usually embedded into the master's program. So for instance, for an MSc management program, which is a 1-year master's program, it can become 2 years with 1 year's full work placement for that year, which is embedded after the dissertation. Some of them is embedded after the modules have taken and the dissertation, so it varies again on course. Now, all courses start in the September time, and I think you guys are interested in the September time. However, if you wanted as a master's student, we do have some courses that start in the January time, which are highlighted here. So here again is a list of the postgraduate courses with that placement opportunity. And I think it is a good way of gaining relevant work experience whilst you're studying in the UK, and your visa will cover you for that length of time. Plus, after you've graduated, we still have the 2 years graduate scheme program, so you can apply for a further 2 years to continue working in the UK after you've graduated. So again, with our university, great research areas, all the different subject areas that are covered here. In the UK, you do study in a wide range of ways. You do have your theoretical knowledge. So whether, that's usually in the lectures where you get an overview of key concepts and ideas of the subject you're studying. But then there is the practical element. So a few examples here in the pictures. For instance, we have a moot court on campus, or a mock courtroom. So you as a student, what you're learning in your classroom, in your lectures, you'll go to the moot court. You could be acting on behalf of a claimant or a defendant in a mock trial. It's very much like role play. But with our biomedical sciences students, they have the access to the labs, extracting DNA in order for them to do their assessments there. Engineering students, we have access to a flight simulator, supersonic wind tunnel, and here we've got the building of the model aircrafts. So those are just a few examples of the practical element. Postgraduate students, again, you have, for instance, our corporate brand management students. They may have an assignment to go. There was a few years ago of the sleeper train that goes from London up to Scotland, and then they were looking at the marketing and about the branding and the awareness. So there's different activities and different field trips that you can build upon within that course. Then all students, obviously, they work in smaller seminar groups where that will help them with presentation skills, academic writing, and gain the communication skills there. And then all students are allocated a personal tutor. So again, you've got another person to go to. If there's something you don't understand in your lectures, then you've got a go-to academic that can help you, support and guide you through your studies. The university, I think we're very keen on about our facilities and our services that we offer. So we have great sports facilities. We have a sports park, which is about a 5-minute walk away, which has UEFA football pitches, tennis courts, competition athletics tracks there. As well as on campus, we have an indoor athletics track. We have the weights rooms, and then we have the gyms and the netball, volleyball courts, as well as a climbing wall as well. In addition to that, with the library, we have subject-specific librarians, again, to help you, support you, finding the books, the resources, digital resources that you need to support you throughout your studies. We have a campus shop, so for a convenience store, if there's anything you need from the supermarket, it's a small shop there. But again, 5-10 minutes away, you could be at Lidl or Aldi, or get a bus ride away, and your other couple of other big supermarkets. But one of our other best services that we have is we have our student centre. They have dedicated student advisors that will support you, whether that's your health, well-being, financial questions. They're there to help support you through your studies. And you also can sign up to a Brunel Buddy Scheme. So again, if you want a go-to peer-on-peer to ask questions, you can just sign up to help support you through your first few weeks at university. Now, I don't know if the sound will work, but I'll play it just in case. Obviously, Imran, if it's not working, let me know. But I do like to break up a video to show about the Professional Development Centre and what they offer.
We can't hear, right?
You can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll run through it anyway, just for the fact that it gives you a little bit of example on the different things they offer. So as I say, I'm sort of the Professional Development Centre at the university is a big part of what we do on our support services. We want to get you ready to work. We want you to be successful in that chosen career path. So you have dedicated careers advisors who will support you, especially with the placements, whether that's CV writing, interview techniques. They have great links with industries, so they will know what companies are looking for, and on the same vice versa is that companies know what to expect from a Brunel student. They also run employers fairs, careers events, networking events with companies, so to build that network for you to focus on the career pathway of your chosen choice. We also have a job shop that's on campus, so if you want to work whilst you study, you can. They advertise all the jobs on campus as well as in the local area. So summarising about the Professional Development Centre, so, you know, what has been found by statistics is that students that do complete a placement do achieve higher degree classifications, a better career outcomes, and a higher graduate salary. And I guess that's gaining that work experience whilst you're studying at university. Especially if you're working in a company, you've excelled at a company, they're likely to offer you a job and support you after you've graduated. As I say, all students have access to that first class coaching, mentoring and networking through our Professional Development Centre. And we have links with over 1,000 companies across all sectors in that, in the companies across all different subject areas. They do provide other mentoring programs to help support you throughout your studies. And the students that are studying at Brunel, the Professional Development Centre actually support you up to 3 years after you've graduated. And so, which is great, especially if you're wanting to apply for the Graduate Entrepreneurship Scheme. We have an entrepreneurship hub. Again, you can have access and one-to-one meetings with the professionals to support you with that. And the Professional Development Centre have signed up to a company called Student Circus, which is a database of all companies that are willing to sponsor students after they've graduated. And that database, Brunel have paid the subscription, so it means it's free of charge to our students. So we talk about studying hard and working hard. Make sure you have fun as well. We have over 150 different clubs and societies. So it's a great way, another networking event, of meeting people from all over the world. So some information for your Turkey entry requirements. It does vary from your schools of what grades that we actually ask for, and similar at postgraduate level. So if you're at a top university, then we may be asking for a GPA of 2.4. Other universities, we may ask for a GPA 2.6 or a 2.8. For English language requirements, so here obviously it says about the GCSE, IB, IELTS, which would be an academic IELTS. We also run our Brunel English language test, which we have set dates, which is free of charge to our Turkish students, and it's online. And there's students that have studied in the medium of English, as long as we've got proof it was 100% taught in the medium of English. Usually it's on the transcripts, or the university will give providing supporting letter, then we can accept that to meet the English language requirements. And there's a few universities that you can see here where we consider that. Some useful information is about financial information. As you can see here, this was set by UCAS. It is a guideline only because different students have different requirements and needs. But earlier on, I was mentioning about it's cheaper to live in West London. So you can see accommodation prices is around about £133 per week for a standard room. And that's where you share your kitchen and your bathroom facilities between 8 to 10 students. The prices then do go up for an ensuite room. You're probably looking at around about £195 a week for your ensuite room. Lots more information about the accommodation is on our website. It also gives what the cost is per year, as well as the breakdown in the instalments. The instalments are in 3 instalments at undergraduate level, 4 instalments at postgraduate level. Some exciting things are for the scholarships for this year. Always get asked about scholarships. So we have a few. So if you're an undergraduate student, we have the Undergraduate International Bursary, and that's for students that's excelling in their Turkish diploma. And we're looking for an average grade from year 10 to year 12. It depends on the school that you've studied at, but you know, as I guess a guideline, it's probably around about 90% average grade that you will then be successful. For postgraduate students, again, depending on the university you've studied at and the GPA you achieve, we have either the Vice Chancellor's Excellence Award for High Achievers, and if you are successful with that, that's £5,000 off your tuition fees. Other students that we have that have met the requirements of the university, it would then be a £2,000 scholarship off your tuition fees. Unfortunately, we can't combine them both. It's one of those scholarships there. The key thing about these scholarships are that you need to have paid your deposit by the end of July, and that has to be cleared funds. And obviously the other one is meeting the academic requirement of the university. There's no application process or anything like that. It's an automatic scholarship. And then the other scholarship that we are part of is the Great Scholarship run by the British Council. And the closing date, although it was the 30th of April, they have extended it now to the 12th of May. So if you're interested in either of those subject areas, get your application in quick because the deadline's the 12th of May. Lots more information again for all these scholarships can be found on our website, or definitely use the support of BEB, who have all the information they know about Brunel and can support you through the application process. So for our accommodation, you can see here the guidelines of the different types of halls we have, as well as the costings per week. As I say, accommodations on campus, so you are less than 10 minutes walk away from your lectures around campus there. The safety and security is important to us, so for our Brunel students, they have their own swipe card for their own hall, to their own floor, to their own room. So if you have a friend in another hall, they can't gain access to your hall unless you let them in. Now, students that are holding an offer already can start looking at their choices now and make their application process. Accommodation doesn't normally start until around about July, August time to those students that have an unconditional, firmly accepted place at the university. So you've still got time. So we are great that we are ranked joint first in the UK and fourth globally for International Outlook. And that's through the Times World University Rankings this year. And that is really based on sort of our international research, international citation papers, links with the international community around the world, as well as our own community from our lecturers and our students. The Brunel graduate salaries are usually 18% higher than the sector's average as well, which is great. And we have been ranked 14th best UK university for producing the most employable graduates. Finally, in the QS rankings, we're 40th in the UK and we're 343 in the world. And lots of our courses, you can see here, there's lots of accreditations to them, which is on each of the course pages. I won't play this video. We have a Brunel student from Turkey, banking and finance. He's actually in his placement year, and he's talking about his own experience at the university and also the clubs and societies that he was part of. So summary, why Brunel? So no wonder it's called Greater London. It's a London campus community, provides everything a student can need all on that one site, from the sports facilities through to the accommodation. But this is all in easy reach of central London. You have applied learning for the real world. So our courses are designed to apply your mind to real world problems in real life situations. And for instance, our design students, you know, they're working with like Dysons to help on live projects that they're working on. But our teaching is informed by international renowned research and delivered by some of the by experts and supported by some of the best equipment and facilities around. As I say, it's as close as possible to the world of work. So when you go into your careers, you're ready and prepared. Giving you that support that gets you ready to work. We've mentioned about the Professional Development Centre and the opportunities that you've got available to you there. And finally, the whole world on one campus. So we have over 150 different clubs and society students that are studying on campus. And, you know, with all these different cultures coming together, it makes it a nice, lively, vibrant campus. So we have the next open days that we'll have, the next one will be the 29th of June, but we do run campus tours every Wednesday, so you can just sign up to there. You can check out our videos on demand, which tells you more a little bit about the courses that we offer. Definitely connect with our students. We're now setting up an inquiries hub as well. And when you are an offer holder, we have an applicant hub so you can meet your future classmates. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Thank you for listening. It's a lot of information to take on in one go. If there's any questions that you have, you know, don't hesitate to ask or pop in the chat.
Thanks so much, Karen, for the useful information. Merak ettiğiniz soruları sesli veya yazılı bir şekilde paylaşabilirsiniz. Yetkinimizle birlikte yardımcı olmak isteriz.
I'll probably just add, there's no official deadline for applying to university for postgraduate level. I always say for students to get their applications in sort of sooner, just to prepare yourself in order for an offer to be made by the admissions team, and then obviously to meet all the conditions by the time that you're looking at registration, which starts in the September time.
I think it could be also good to give information about the PhD courses, some brief information, because one of our students are looking for PhD programs.
PhD as well, okay. Yes, definitely. So for PhD students or research students, my recommendation always in the first instance is to visit our website, look at the research areas that we're already doing research in, see if that aligns to your research and what your interests are. You can then look at the staff profile as well on the website and connect with the academics. I always say, if you've read some of their papers and you have that same interest, doing an individual email rather than just a general email to say, I've read your papers, I'm interested in this, this is my area of research, would you be interested in becoming a supervisor? You've then got that connection. Then from there, what you can do is once you've had that conversation, then you can then work together with your research proposal and making that formal application. I usually do it that way around rather than just submitting an application without anything. It's a little bit longer process, but also you have a chance of, we usually have 2 or 3 entry points for research students. It's not just kind of the October time, you also have a couple of other intakes as well. So it's done throughout the year. So hopefully that's of help.
Yeah, there's one question. I had just graduated from computer engineering. GPA is 3.14, but my English level is B1. Can't I apply in this case?
So what I recommend is you can always make an application without holding the English level at the time. Now, because what we would make is the English to be a condition of the offer. So yes, you will need to meet the minimum English language requirements for the chosen course. I wondered what course you're thinking of studying. If you don't mind putting it in the chat, then we can see what the entry requirements are. But I mean, the key thing I think is we do run Brunel English language testings. The next one will be the 1st of June. We do have one in the July time as well. So those are free of charge to Turkish students. Obviously, the Brunel English language tests are run at other dates. I believe the cost for that is something like £52, but I'd need to check that out. So there are opportunities to take another test. Now, if you pass it, you are not required to have to take IELTS, because that would meet our English language requirement for our university. And as we are we have a sponsored license, that is sufficient for you to apply for your visa.
I think student Merve has mentioned she is interested in the computer science program in the registration form.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's just have a look. I believe that would be a 6.5 with no less than 6 in any section, but let me just check for you, sorry. Yes, so it's an IELTS of 6.5 with no less than 6 in each of the sections. But as I say, you have the opportunity to do a Brunel English language test, which is online as well. No problem at all, no. So I think academically, you would meet, obviously you'd meet the requirements of the university. Imran, can you just remind me of the university that Merv studied at?
Let me check just a second. Başkent University.
Okay, perfect. Başkent University, so we'd be looking for a GPA of 2.6, so it sounds like you would then be eligible for our Vice-Chancellor's scholarship, which would be £5,000 off your tuition fees. On our website, it has all the, where you go to the course page, it will give you an overview, whether there's a September or a January start. We'll also have the price of the cost as well. Yeah, unfortunately, our university, you'll find for the UK, we're very mean with our money, and we don't like to give money away easily, so we don't offer 50% scholarships. So the maximum would be that £5,000 for us. But depending on the course that you're looking at, I'm just seeing. No, they're in the artificial intelligence strategy, so it's in the business school. So yeah, so I think the £5,000 Vice-Chancellor scholarship would be the maximum that we could offer. Obviously, if you pay your full fees by registration, that also attracts a 2% off your tuition fees. But we can't combine any other scholarships with the Vice-Chancellor's one.
Yeah, I think it could be good to mention about the grade scholarship as well, because it also, I think, MSc Artificial Intelligence strategy.
It's in strategy, so that is within the business school program. So definitely check that out, have a look at that, rather than within the computer science department. But that is an option if you're looking for a higher scholarship, and if that course would be of interest, it might be having a look at that. As I say, the deadline is the 12th of May, so you need to be holding or making an application with Brunel, as well as applying for the Great Scholarship as well. Not a problem. Do you have any other questions, either of you? Obviously, if you prefer to speak in Turkish and speak to Imran, then, you know, he's no doubt be able to reply to you.
I think we answered all the questions.
Okay.
That was really great to welcome you, Karen, as usual. Hope to see you again in Turkey.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, thank you. Thank you both for your time as well, and thank you, Imran, for setting this up. Obviously, guys, you've got, you know, the whole BEB team, they know Brunel well, so if you've got any questions, making the application, and, you know, you've got me as well as a contact as well. I'm always happy to answer any questions you may have, because usually after an event like this, you may go away and think, oh, I wish I asked that question. We're always on hand to help you, guide you through your application process.
Thanks so much. Have a nice day. Have a great day.
You too. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye now.
Goodbye.
Bye.